What's up, guys? Welcome back to Doki Doki Drawing, renewed and strengthened for the year of 2022. And I'll tell you what, I'm in a really good mood, and the reason is because this is the year I have decided to throw away all of the sandbagging, as it were. I have been pretending to be not that good at drawing. The time is to throw the training rags off, Piccolo style. I'm going to be super leveling up in the year of 2022. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at a new series which has just started very recently called Salaryman's Club. The point of this series is, of course, to look at professionals' work like you see in anime and manga, look at the styles that you see in those shows and try to incorporate them into our own styles. Of course, STYLEMAN-A is our character, and the main thing about STYLEMAN-A is no matter what, we gotta have this distinctive style with that S coming right over his face, or STYLEWOMAN-A, who also has the same S but with some straggly bits here coming over her face. But it's an anime based on a dude who used to play like singles badminton, and he's, left his original club and he's gone to becoming like an office worker and play badminton. The reason I've picked up this series for today is because of the hair design. So normally when you draw your anime characters, you have a very triangular head and these super straight lines. Yes, this is ultra professional, but the magic is when you add the hair. Honestly, yes, you can have some really distinctive face shape styles, but really I feel like personally I have the most fun when I'm designing the hair on characters, and especially in this anime called Salaryman's Club. What I noticed was a significant amount of flicked hair that comes out like this. I don't know if this anime is specifically aimed more at a female audience. I know, of course, all anime is for everyone. You don't have to be a girl to watch certain anime. For whatever reason, I get the funny feeling that this anime is aimed more at the female audience who want to see guys being cool, being sullen, but at the same time being emotional, and having all those bromances between the other guys in the anime. But yeah, the face isn't the point that I would like to look at today. I just thought that the hair designs in this show are just epic. So let's go over here to the tool panel and let's find ourselves a nice pencil to draw with, and let's start drawing some badminton hair. So to start myself off, I'm going to use rough pencil, and I'm going to choose a fairly thick line here and just get myself a facial shape to work with. I want to have lots of space for the hair, so I'm going to make the face not too large, maybe around this big. Now there's a couple styles I want to look at in this anime, and for the main character it's actually quite simple. I've just got the G pen out here, but he's got swoopy hair like this. He's got 1, 2, and then one that just magically misses his eye here, and then the rest of the hair kind of flicks down like so. And I would say this is quite a standard haircut, nothing too exciting. It's the other characters in this show where it starts to get really interesting. This isn't exactly how it looks, but it's kind of like this. It's a general round shape like this with some flicky out bits at the end. Kind of looks like some sort of squid. Probably needs a little bit more volume here on the side. So this is the simple kind of hair that I'm seeing here on the main character. We've got these main tufts at the front and the round shape with the slight flicks down at the bottom. And he's kind of inoffensive, you could watch this as your main character, and even if you don't love him, you can enjoy the show because he's not super out there. But the side characters are where this really starts to get interesting. So one of the first team members that I saw in the first episode of the anime, I don't actually know his name, but he's got slightly more interesting hair, and I'm going to try and go into there now. So instead of having like the 1, 2, 3 big swoops and then it's flat all around, the side character here, he's got shorter tufts of hair like this. So I'm just going to emulate this as best I can, just the style of it. where he's got small little tufts like this and another small tuft over here. And then as soon as you move away from the bangs of the character, already the outward flicks begin. And I think this is a really cool style that I'd like to master, because you want, of course, your target gender to enjoy the show, but definitely like something for the ladies. And of course, again, you can be any gender and enjoy any anime that you like, but I really do feel like in the anime that are aimed towards a more female audience, you definitely see more effort going into male hair in the anime, and certainly I'd like to master some of that. So it's still a short haircut style, but as you can see, the bangs are significantly different because they're just a combination of these much smaller tufts of hair. Doesn't cover over the ear, does kind of go behind it, coming out with a large tuft and some small tufts, then going in and coming out, going in. And here's something that I quite liked about this particular hairstyle was that they don't just ignore this front tuft of hair. It's not just like, okay, there's one big tuft of hair like this and a big tuft of hair like that, like this. It's not like bananas on a head. Instead, you see quite a lot of care taken to the, I don't know what it's called in English, but Hinoe-san is always calling it the tsumuji, here at the top of the hair. And you see that this front banana of hair, instead of being one giant tuft, in this anime, it's kind of layered. So you've got like a tuft of hair, which is coming, like the origin is from the actual top of the head. Whereas these tufts below, maybe the origin isn't as far up as that. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to draw it in a separate color. So what I'm seeing here in the anime is it's originating from maybe the very tip top of the head, coming down like so, and overlapping that front tuft of hair, and being very specifically separated from it. Don't know how difficult this is to actually have a hairstyle like this in real life. It seems like quite a lot of maintenance. And then on the side, also separated, I want to say discrete tufts of hair from the layer below. But then at some point, kind of blending in to the hair as well. In fact, this one curls around so much that eventually it's just going straight up. Then beneath it, you actually see a little bit of shadow of that hair. Again, not copying exactly the hair as I see it, just trying to adopt as much of the style of it as I can, but to really show that this is separated from the hair below it. You actually see the shading underneath this red portion of hair that I'm drawing, which really does extra to separate it from the tuft of hair below it. Then going back to the bottom layer and completing these tufts of hair, like so. Not too many flicks of hair going up at the top of the hair, but then yeah, as soon as you come down to the sides, these outer flicks. It's a really cute hairstyle. What do you call this style? It's a mixture of cuteness and masculinity. Mas-cute? Is that a good word? Now I know that if Hinoe-san looks at this video, he's going to complain about my inability to give my characters enough hair volume. So let's make sure that I do a good enough job that he can't complain about that. And there you have it. Now just so you can see what it would look like if all the layers were actually the same color, like they actually are in the anime, I'll just color them like so. If it were all black, it would look like this. Now, like I say, I'm not a master of this hairstyle, but I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that you can really handle this top area of the hair in so many different ways, and you don't always have to just draw, you know, face with the hair like this, and then you don't always have to connect it all the way up to the top and just have these giant things like this. Hairstyles, there's a massive industry of, you know, the hairdressing community, of course, and I feel like it's worth paying attention to all the different ways that hairstyles can be constructed. It doesn't always have to be just these giant tufts of hair that always come down from the tsumuji. Again, what is it called? The hair whorl from the top of the head. You can experiment with all sorts of layers where there's different... I keep calling them bananas, but, you know, just imagine, like, there's a green bunch of bananas, and then on top of that, there's a burgundy bunch of bananas, and that's the layers being added to the hair. And I think it looks really mascute. That's the word I'm going to call it. It's not just a simple line like this. Have these main curtains at the front, the hair being either pulled back or in tufts like this, and then a giant ponytail in the back.